This is James Mathers for the Digital Cinema Society at Cine Gear Expo 2023. I'm here with Tim Walker from AJA, and he's going to tell us about his new color management product.
Yes.
And that's really interesting to me as a DP because I want to know that what I'm seeing on set is going to travel down the pipe.
Yeah, and that's exactly why we designed it. So hopefully you get some good use out of it. We just introduced it at IBC last year, so it's just kind of now hitting the U.S. market, and we're really excited about it.
What's the form factor? You have one here?
I do have one here. So this is the actual box itself. So it fits into one rack unit, and you can actually put 4 of them side by side. It has 12 GSDI input, and a loop output, and a processed output. So you can do full 4K 60p up to 422. If you're looking to do RGB 444, you can go up to 30p. But with a single wire connection. So instead of having to use multiple connections to handle that data rate, you can do it just with this box with one wire. And
it's reading the metadata?
So what it's doing is it's processing the SDI signal.
Okay.
So imagine you're on set and you've got, a camera that's outputting a log format, and you want to convert it to a display format so you can see it in SDR or an HDR. You can use this device. So it's an inline color transform that has a very unique color processing pipeline. So it has what we call AJA color pipeline, which actually has 7 different processing nodes. It has a 3D LUT it's a 33-point 3D LUT with tetrahedral interpolation, so it does good transforms.
Sounds good.
Yeah. Yeah. And then surrounding it, it actually has 2 1D LUTs, 2 3x3 matrices, and another 2 1D LUTs. So if you're looking for a very precise color transform and control over those different elements, you can do that with the box.
That's where it counts.
That's where it counts.
Not just fancy words.
Yeah, exactly. So, so you can bring in any kind of signal into it, and we'll convert it into RGB 444 and process it in that space. And then you can output it to whatever display format you might have on set.
Well, as a cinematographer, now is a difficult transition because we know that SDR is coming, or HDR is coming, but most people are seeing your work on SDR at the moment. So with this, I could monitor both side by side, right, and protect myself in either case?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of times on set, you might have multiple color boxes. It is a single channel device, so you could receive the same signal into each one and then just apply a different transform for whatever display format you want to monitor. Maybe you have an SDR side by side with an HDR, and you could certainly do that. A lot of times we're finding that people are just monitoring, they certainly want to see the SDR because that's what they're going to see most likely,
today.
In editorial today. But a lot of the deliverables are in HDR. So
Yes.
Being able to see it in HDR on set gives you a higher level of confidence that you're capturing all the right bits to make sure you don't have to reshoot something down the road.
Yeah, and you want to know that it might look good on the set, but somebody else might be able to see something totally different at home.
That's right. Yeah. So it's been an application. We've had it on some pretty high-profile events or projects, where maybe the recording's all being done in 4K, but all the stuff on set is 1080p. But they'll run the 4K through this and put it into a 4K monitor so they can really see all the detail and make sure they're not getting any moire from maybe a virtual production set, an LED volume, for example. So, we're really excited about this product.
Sounds essential for a DIT cart. Maybe a few of them.
Yeah, exactly. And that is one of the target places and where we're seeing a lot of use cases. So we work closely with a lot of other third parties. The product has a great SDK that's available with it, so any third-party person can develop an interface to control it. So, people like Pomfort's LiveGrade Pro has direct control over the device. Assimilate also has control over it. QTake's just announced an integration with it. So, it's making its way, on set for sure.
So another way I could use it is to build my own LUTs and know that they were going to translate down the road.
Yeah, well, absolutely. You can build your own LUTs and load them into this and make changes using those third-party devices and save a LUT with that and send it on down the line. Yeah.
A lot of uses.
A lot of uses, yeah. So, we just kind of talked about the SDI part of it, but a lot of times the SDI monitors are fairly expensive. So sometimes people are using more prosumer consumer grade monitors.
HDMI.
Yeah, so it has an HDMI
Yeah.
2.0 output on
Handy.
it that has the same processing as the SDI output, and so you can monitor in HDR on set using an HDMI capable TV.
Which you can get at Costco for.
A fraction
Yeah.
of the price. Yeah. Another thing I'd like to mention about the product is it's extremely low latency, which is really important for doing color transforms on set and in live production. So a lot of times you'll end up with maybe multiple frames of delay when you do some of this processing, but within ColorBox, we've been able to keep the latency through the box to less than half of a video line. So it's extremely low latency and great for live productions.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, Tim.
Thanks for having me.